Hey Leo, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for October 31st through November 6th. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video at a later date. I usually say that and I say you're going to hear it whenever you're meant to hear it, and that still applies, but it's kind of a little extra this week. Extra so, because we're having the full moon Taurus eclipse, full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse on the 8th, which is outside of the scope of this reading. But full moon energy we can feel as early as a week prior, 3 days to a week prior. So we may be tapping into those energies in this time period. And because it's an eclipse, we're going to feel these energies for a good 6 months. So whatever's coming up here may not only be for this week, but something that we're coming into, a phase we're coming into for the next 6 months. And some of you might stumble upon this video for months and months after I post it, and it may still resonate. We're going to see what's coming up here. First card coming up for the Leo collective is the Hanged Man. Okay, some people don't like to see this card. It bums them out because they think it means there's nothing happening. Not always the case. This card can mean that we're having an awakening or an epiphany. We're seeing something we didn't previously see. But in the event where nothing is happening, it could be that there's this cosmic timeout, not because you've been naughty, not because you're being punished, but because there's something about the situation you haven't seen or you haven't taken into consideration, and your angels and guides are trying to help you just kind of pause to catch what you've been missing, what you haven't been noticing. You can meditate, you can pray, you can ask for help and guidance. You can say, I'm open, I'm ready to see, help me to see what I've been missing. In my experience, this card has come up a lot when like you're manifesting and the things that you're manifesting are about to come down the pipeline. They're about to materialize, but you've been manifesting on autopilot. So like you've been putting this repetitive signal out to the universe. Like, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. Just on autopilot over and over and over again. So now it's finally coming in. But you've been putting it out on autopilot so long that you've outgrown it. You've either outgrown it and you're just kind of on autopilot manifesting, putting it out there, asking for it, or you're manifesting something that you think is going to make you feel a certain kind of way, and your angels and guides know it's not. Your angels and guides know it's going to be disappointing. That once you get it, it's not going to be what you thought, or it's not going to make you feel the way you thought it was going to make you feel. So your angels and guides are trying to say, are you sure now? Do you want to maybe double check this? Do you want to maybe rethink this? It's like you're going to get the Christmas gifts you're asking for, but you submitted your wish list from when you were like 4. Sure, there might be things on there that are kind of sentimental or cool. Oh, wow, look at this. But in the long run, what's it going to do for you? So, Leo, this week is going to be a good time for you to do some reflection and to ask yourself, like, what signal am I putting out there into the universe? What things do I have running through my brain? Let me try to be present of my thoughts. Let me try to catch this autopilot stuff. What do I really want? What am I trying to manifest right now? Why am I trying to manifest that? What do I think it's going to do for me? Is it really going to make me happy? What are some other ways that I might feel the way I want to feel by what I'm trying to manifest in this specific thing? So it could be a good time for some self-reflection. Okay? It's like people who want to manifest fame and fortune because they think I'll be loved, I'll never be lonely, I'll never struggle. And then we see celebrities go through all kinds of chaos and turmoil in their personal life. The fame and the money complicated things. It didn't make it easier. It just had more fake people surrounding them. They had more swindlers around them. They had people that sucked them dry or took advantage, And so it's like, really, what are you putting out there? What do you think it's going to bring you? Is it really going to bring you that? So this is a good time for some reflection. Next card coming up here for the Leo collective is the Page of Cups. This can be a youthful or playful water sign person. This could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. If you have water sign placements, um, a lot of your awakening or your realization may be around these areas of your life or around these houses. Okay, especially with the eclipse. Eclipses tend to reveal things to us, right? To uncover the hidden things. So there may be epiphanies and revelations and awakening around areas or houses where you may have water sign placements. Page of Cups also for me is like the heart chakra opening. Your heart chakra may be opening right now to receive, and it could feel a little bit overwhelming, and you might be tempted to push it away. And so for me, Page of Cups says, look, don't push it away, don't sabotage yourself, don't shoot yourself in the foot, but it's okay to slow things down. It's okay to go at like a slow rate. It's okay to take breaks, to break up the heavy energy, to do something light or playful, take a nap. But by all means, don't turn down opportunities. Don't shut people out. Maybe you need to go slow, and that's fine, but try to resist the urge of getting overwhelmed and pushing away blessings or pushing away the things that are coming in. As the heart chakra is opening up, you may also be very overwhelmed with emotion. You may find that little things are making you cry very easily. You may hear a song and it brings tears to your eyes. You may see a commercial and it brings tears to your eyes. You're not going to be this sensitive forever. This is just a part of the heart chakra opening up, as you're opening up to receive. And so just be gentle with yourself, go easy. And this is a reminder that play is very healing. Maybe some of you have been doing a lot of therapy. Maybe you've been doing a lot of like psychological work. Maybe you're working with a therapist, a counselor, a life coach, a healer, a spiritual advisor, doing shadow work, journaling. Like you're doing all this heavy stuff. And wonderful, good for you for facing that, because it can be scary, it can be terrifying, and a lot of people go their whole life never addressing that stuff. So good for you for digging deep. But just as important as it is to dig deep and do all the heavy stuff, play is just as crucial for healing. So make time for play. Make time for the lighter energy, right? It's like all the heavy stuff is the stripping away and the clearing, and the play is the rebuilding. Rebuilding, restoring, manifesting, calling things in, bringing in the new energy. So make time for play, make time for light-hearted energy. Next card coming up here for the Leo collective is the Page of Swords. This could be an air sign person, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Air sign would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Again, if you have air sign placements, there could be epiphanies, revelations, changes happening in those houses or in those areas of your life. This eclipse might be shining light on certain aspects of those houses or areas of your life. Page of Swords can also come up when it's time to do a little bit of research. It's time to do some reconnaissance. It's time to gather information. Okay, we talked about with this hanged man here, you might be calling in something that's not what you think it's going to be. It's not what you're expecting. And so the Page of Swords is saying, let's get some information. Let's talk. Let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. Let's do a little bit of research. Some of you are trying to manifest something and you feel like it's come to a standstill. And you're like, why hasn't it happened? I see it. I feel it. I even intuitively, like, I know in my heart this is going to happen. Why hasn't it happened yet? And Page of Swords is saying, because you haven't done the reconnaissance. What do I mean by that? Sometimes we really want to manifest something, but we think to ourselves, only going to happen in a specific way, right? I'll give you an example. When I first started to do readings, it was just something I was doing for fun, just something I was doing to escape a job that made me absolutely miserable. It was just kind of like a hobby, something I was doing for fun. I was curious about, I felt drawn to it. And then it started picking up. I started to get referrals. And a lot of the people were telling me, I don't want to do a reading by phone. I want to see you in person. And at that time, I was like, okay, I guess I have to do the readings in person. And I wanted to start doing energy healing, but I couldn't do readings where I was living. At the time, I was living with my parents. They are not on board with this stuff at all. And I couldn't do that. So I was like, I need to manifest office space. So in my mind, I had it that, well, how can I do this? I got to get in this many readings a week, and I'm going to have to like meet them at their place or like go to their houses, and I got to get this many people. And, like I was trying to figure out how much money I need to make so that I could afford to rent out office space. And so I was like trying to manifest income to pay for office space. Um, and all I really had to do was get out there and just start to ask questions or look around. I started to go to like women's groups, like women's professional women that meet up or whatever. And I just put it out there that, oh yeah, this is what I do, and I'm trying to get office space, trying looking for office space. And I met somebody through that had office space and was renting out use of the office space. So she's a yoga teacher for super cheap, super cheap. The only issue she had was she was fully booked during the day. And so she only had availability in the evenings, and people didn't want that. People wanted during the day when she was there. That was perfect for me because I was working full time during the day. And I got a great office space that I could use in the evenings and weekends when she wasn't working for really inexpensive. And this whole time I was trying to manifest income, to manifest renting a space. It didn't even have to happen that way. All I had to do was get out and look. There's been times I've manifested a great place to live. I've manifested a car, transportation, just by going and looking. Even though I thought I wasn't going to be able to afford it, or I thought I wasn't going to be able to find anything. Like Spirit said, just go and look. Just go and look. And it fell into my lap. It worked out. And so you're like saying, when is this going to move forward? When is this going to happen? When am I going to find it? Start looking. Start test driving cars. Start looking at apartments. Start calling people up and like asking, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Or would you be interested in this? Or, well, what do you think of doing this with me? Look at spaces that are for rent. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest, go and look at those things. You're wanting to put on some kind of a show or some kind of a workshop, start looking at venues, start calling around. You would be surprised what falls into place if you just go out and start doing the reconnaissance. So get out there. Start doing it, Leo. Next card coming up here for the Leo collective is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is working out the details, fine-tuning the details. So you don't have to really cement anything or set anything in stone right now, but it's a good time to talk, to gather information, to perfect things, to come to terms and agreements and, finalizing, perfecting things. You don't have to worry about rushing through this process. You can take your time with it. Eight of Pentacles also comes up for me in readings sometimes when we've had like this inkling to learn something, to invest in something. Like maybe you're thinking, oh, I've always wanted to learn this particular craft. It's always been interesting to me. Or I think it would be cool if I went and I got this certification. Or I've always wanted to learn how to use this equipment. Or I've always thought it would be cool to invest in this equipment and like just kind of do something on the side with it. And the Eight of Pentacles comes in to say this is going to be worth your time. It's going to be worth the time, energy, and resources that you're investing into it. It's going to give you a profit and a positive return. That being said, it doesn't mean break the bank to rush and hurry into doing it, but start putting the money aside and allow yourself to learn this skill or to expand your skill set. It's something that's going to be beneficial for you and give you a positive return. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a link in the description that will take you to the weekly forecasts, so you'll be able to see those and find those more easily. If you want to watch love readings for November, again, playlist linked in the description. And if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that takes you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. If you don't know, I have said this previously, I've decided now through the first week of December that I'm going to donate 10% of all of the income that comes in from the private readings to buy toys for Tots. I'll post pictures in the community tab of the toys I purchased and the donations I'm making, so that you guys will be able to see what you're contributing, right? Like where your 10% is going. So if you've been thinking about scheduling a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can see the different reading options that are available and choose what works for you. A lot of you have been telling me you're not receiving notifications for my videos, or you're saying, oh my gosh, where did you go? Like, you disappeared. I can't believe this video popped up in my news feed. Or, I just searched you and I found this. YouTube has been unsubscribing people from a lot of channels, my channel included. I don't know how they're determining who they're automatically unsubscribing. You might not be subscribed anymore. So double check. Check to see if you're still subscribed. If you're not receiving the notifications and you go and you check and you are subscribed, then unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit the notification bell. And hopefully that'll reset things. But if you're not receiving notifications, unfortunately, it's not something I can adjust on my end, but I hope that'll work and you can get notifications again. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Please come back and check out the daily messages on this channel as well. I hope you all have a fabulous week. Take care and be well, my darlings.